Hello and good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for joining us for this special episode of Ozstradamus Toyz Live and the Connor Mom. You guys have heard me talk about him many times before here on Ozstradamus Toyz Live, as well as Toy Frenzy. And we decided we were going to do a special live today with him and I. We're going to go ahead and unbox a toy that was shown off earlier this week. And we're going to talk about Connor's collection of toys, what toys he likes, what makes him enjoy toys, and even what we just did a little bit earlier today. What did we do a little earlier? What do you think? Did we play a game?
Yeah.
Okay. We're going to talk about the game that we played a little earlier today. So, real quick, Connor, did you want to say hi to everybody who's in the chat?
Hi, everybody.
Well, here we go. We're going to say hi to them. Daddy's going to highlight each and every one. I want to thank everybody for being here today. I know this is an unusual time for me, but I have a work function later tonight, and I won't be going live at my normal time. So we decided we were going to throw together this special broadcast. So first up in the chat is Rolando Flores. Say, hey, Rolando.
Hey, Rolando.
Just make sure you're speaking clearly in the microphone, okay? Then we've got JMax77. What's going on, JMax?
Hi, JMax.
And Radical Toys is in the house, another fellow YouTube channel that likes to join. He has some really cool content, Connor. We're going to watch some of him later, maybe, okay? And J-Max saying sup. We have the wonderful Duchess of Darkness who has joined us. You know, you've heard some of her scary stories with Daddy. And let's see. Got Brick something in the house. Good to see you here, Brick. Thank you for joining us today.
Hello.
All right. And he said, didn't realize this was happening this early. I know, it was kind of a surprise thing. We just threw it together this morning, came up with a game plan, decided let's do it. We've got Emerald Knight photos in the house. You've seen some of his awesome pictures Daddy's shown you before where he takes pictures of the action figures, right?
Yeah.
He does a really good job, doesn't he?
Yeah.
I like the lighting he uses. All right, let's keep scrolling down here and see everybody else that has joined us. Ray Black is in the house. You know, she has joined us with Rolando Flores, her birthday twin. Absolutely. Happy birthday, guys. And Duchess, happy birthday to you as well. I know your birthday just passed. Great to see you. SJ Curtis is in the house. Oh, man, this is great. And whenever we see Ray Black, we know Nolan is sure to follow. And he's saying, hi, Connor. Look, people are all about Connor being on Ozstradamus Toyz Live today. Don't be embarrassed, dude. These are fans, right? You got fans on YouTube now, buddy. All right. Everybody's saying hello to everybody else in the chat. Oh, man. Yay to work functions. Not really. Got to wear pants. I know, it's terrible, right? I work from home. I never have to wear pants, but apparently tonight I do. All right. And Connor and Oz doing lives on the fly like a bunch of pros. That's right. Yeah, we just got to throw things together like we know what we're doing. We have no clue. And I think we confuse people's B-Day twin. That's true. And more, everybody saying hi to the Connor Mon. And then we go here and hi, Connor. If I'm getting your birthdays wrong, guys, I am sorry. I'm trying to keep up with everybody's birthdays. All right. And happy birthdays, folks. Hope they were solid. Absolutely. I agree. I agree. And more, hey, Connors. All right. So, Connor, introduce yourself a bit. This is where you get to talk about you. It's not all about Daddy talking.
So, I'm Connor, and I like to play Fortnite.
So, everybody, you can definitely. Connor is working his way up the ranks in Fortnite. He tells me all about it all the time. And, you know, his dad used to be a bit of a gamer. Connor used to enjoy playing some Minecraft with his dad. And what other games have we played together?
Halo.
That's right. We beat a couple of the Halos, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. Teamwork makes the dream work, they say. And we have beaten several of the Halo games together. There's still more. All right. Ray Black, thank you. Adam and mine are the same, Oz. All good, though. Thank you. And that's today, right? It's the 28th, or was that the 27th yours guys was? Duchess, yours was the 20th. I'm getting it. Everybody's got birthdays at the same time. Ugh, it gets frustrating to keep everybody straight. I have a calendar. I'm going to start updating it with everybody's birthdays. And Rolando Flores says, I love toy hunting. Connor, have you had any experience with toy hunting?
Yeah.
Who have you gone toy hunting with?
My dad and my dad's friend.
You can say his name, maybe.
Chris.
Yeah, Uncle Chris, right?
Mm-hmm.
You guys may know him as Ziggy. I know we made a brief appearance on one of Brick Something's lives not too long ago. Rolando Flores, his birthday was on January 19th. See, I remembered you had a January birthday. I'm trying to remember everybody's. All right. Also, by the way, special shout out to Danny Phillips in the house. Of course. Thank you for joining us, Danny. I know this one's a little bit more time friendly for you guys in the UK. And we are joined by Toy News Quarterly. Absolutely. Another toy news magazine that's out there. And as it says, quarterly, we get toy news. It's great. Thank you for joining us tonight. This is awesome. I say tonight because I'm so used to streaming so late, but it's now daytime. Ooh, nice. Who's your favorite character to play as in Fortnite?
I would say Chrome Punk.
Chrome Punk?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's his name.
Maybe we'll have to look him up a bit and show him in the chat a little bit so people will know. All right. And he has a cool beef. Radical Toys is saying he has a cool Beef Boss Fortnite toy, Connor. See, some people out there collecting Fortnite toys. Do you have any Fortnite toys?
I have a couple at my house.
Okay. Very cool. Very cool. All right. And Danny says he can't stay, Oz, but he will watch later. All right, Danny. Well, thank you for joining us for now and catch you on the replay. Give him a wave. Give him a wave back. See you later, Danny. All right. So, Nolan's son plays Fortnite too. What system do you play on, Connor?
I play on a PS4.
Okay. Very cool. Very cool. What does Daddy like to play games on?
Xbox.
That's right. Daddy's an Xbox guy. Duchess of Darkness, her birthday was yesterday. Yep. Daddy went and he tried to wish her a happy birthday, a very personal happy birthday. And so thank you for being here today, Duchess. I know you've been dealing with some stuff. So thank you for being here. Thank you for catching Toy Frenzy. And we are all looking forward to the next Wicked Wednesday. Really appreciate everything. And now everybody's saying happy belated birthday to Duchess. All right. Connor, you want to sing her happy birthday?
No.
No? You don't want to sing happy birthday? Okay. Connor doesn't want to sing happy birthday, but go ahead and at least tell her happy birthday. Say happy birthday. There you go. All right. Everybody giving a shout out to Duchess for her birthday. Okay. Take care, Danny. We're running through here. All right. So, Radical Toys plays Nintendo Switch and PS4 mostly. That's cool. Connor, do you have a Switch?
No.
No? Okay. You're absolutely welcome, Duchess. Thank you again. And more birthday wishes to Duchess. And SJ, he has a PS4, but his son is spoiled with a PS5. Ooh. Very nice. Excellent with the PS5s. All right. And my boy plays on the PS4 as well. And Nolan plays on the NES. Now, when you say NES, you're definitely talking about the original and not the Switch, right? Now, Payne's Toy Samples has joined the house. He's saying, what's up, everybody? Say, hey, Payne's Toy Samples.
Hey.
Yeah, remember, we got to say hi to everybody. And more birthday wishes. Love it. Emerald Knight saying he plays on the PS5. Duchess says, thank you. All right. So, guys, we have yes, he says the original. That was always the best. The original Nintendo is one of the best systems ever made. Super Nintendo was like the best system of all time from back in Daddy's day, you know. The gaming was just so much better back then. All right, guys. So earlier this week, got a special mail call from Figuratively Speaking. He was catching me up on some of the figures that I've missed recently. We've got the Skeletor that can totally do the Wednesday Adam dance. That's right. And Connor and I decided that today we are going to go ahead and open up the counterpart Flying Fists He-Man, and we're going to talk about him a little bit. We do not, of course, have the originals of these guys, so we can't do any comparisons with the vintage, but we're going to talk about how awesome the new versions are and how great it is that we get these guys in our collection now. And it might be old news for a lot of people, but you know what? It's news to me because I haven't had them yet. Okay. And look. Ray Black's remembering, telling everybody to go ahead and remember to hit that like button. Exactly, right? What do we always say? Hit the like, give a subscribe if you're not already.
Yeah.
All right. Legendary consoles for sure. Dane's telling us his son has PS4 and the Xbox Series X. Oh, man, he's great. And it's under his gamer tag. And he has the PS5 and Switch. Man, he's all up to date on the latest gaming stuff. And we have the legendary Silver K in the house for the chats. How's it going, Kayla? Glad to have you here. Thank you for stopping by. And again, just going around saying hello to everybody. And good reminder. All right. So let's crack into this here. What do you think? All right. So we always try to keep the card as intact as possible, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why do we do that? Because we like that artwork on the back, don't we? And who does the artwork on the Origins Toys? Do you remember? Daddy told you. Talked to him before?
I forget.
You didn't forget? It's Axel Maz and Roy Juarez. They do all the artwork on the back of the Masters Universe Origins Toys. We got a power sword. Do you have the power?
I have the power.
That's it right there. Got a little extra hand. Got some shield action going on here. And we've got
a finished picture.
Flying Fists. And continue to open this up very carefully, not to damage the card too much. So we get an additional head sculpt of the He-Man with the wavy hair, right? Which we already have from which toy? Do you remember which one had this head? That was that Battlefield Warriors 2-pack. The other shiny armor He-Man. All right. Here you go. All right, Connor, I'm going to let you get a chance to go ahead and check out the comic book. Don't forget there's a little pamphlet for the toy in the back and which parts are swappable. That way, while you do that, Daddy will go ahead and free He-Man from the rest of his packaging. Oh. Ray is saying cute. Nolan is giving you the rock on, brother. And a true Prince Adam right there. Talking about you. You had the power. You are Prince Adam. And Duchess also. Amazed. You are so cute. So what's going on in the comic? Tell people. So what's happening? That's Hordak, right?
Hordak, just came, and He-Man's trying to, save everybody. All of his troops are, destroying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All of Hordak's troops are there?
Yeah. And then Skeletor comes out, of nowhere.
Skeletor out of nowhere like an RKO.
Yeah.
There you go.
Then it looks like Skeletor and He-Man teamed up.
Cool.
and defeated like Horak. Then He-Man kind of defeated Skeletor.
Well, what's happening in the panel before that? Did He-Man just attack Skeletor?
Yeah.
That doesn't sound like the heroic thing to do. What was going on in that panel before that? Can you see? Can you tell people? Oh, that's probably really loud on the microphone. Of course nobody can hear what's going on.
Well, they start off like so like just like this is the panel before he. So they start off like fighting.
They were teamed up, right?
And then they teamed up to defeat like all of his henchmen. And then they defeated Hordak.
Right.
And then He-Man is just like has his back like turned to Skeletor.
And what's it look like Skeletor's doing? Skeletor about to sneak up on him?
Yeah.
Oh, see, that makes sense. Skeletor was about to attack He-Man.
So He-Man thought quick and then hit him.
There you go. You want to check that out? What do you have in your hand there? Hold it up so everybody can see it on camera. Look at that. Isn't that really awesome? Right? What do you like most about that one?
I like it's like very shiny.
Very shiny. That process is called vac metal. Okay, when they make it look all shiny and chrome like that. Okay, I think that goes in the other hand. All right, while you're getting that together to show everybody, Daddy's going to go through the chat here. So J Max asking, Oz, just curious, did you bite on any of the recent Mythic Legions wave? I have several of the Necronominus on pre-order and patiently waiting for it next year. As we know, it'll be a while before those come out. So Toy Connections is in the house now. We have Ken from Toy Connections.
Hello.
Say what's going on, Ken. All right. And Radical Toys is asking, who is your favorite character in Masters of the Universe, Connor?
I would have to say He-Man.
He-Man? Yeah, he is really awesome. All right, hold it up there so everybody can see what he got going on. Right? Well, what's he got? What does he do? Can he do the Wednesday Addams dance like Skeletor? He can. I guess maybe we should try to record a video of them doing the Wednesday Addams dance later.
Oh, dance, dance, dance with my hands, hands, hands.
You got it right here, guys. Connor's getting in on the trend. All right.
Dance, dance, dance.
That is great. And look, Nolan has said, nice flying fists. He is a great figure. Absolutely. I agree. I've really liked how this one came out. I enjoy that alternate armor that he has. It's just similar to the battle armor, but not quite because it doesn't have the gimmick. And I love the gold accents on this one. It's very, very cool. And that's right. He's just spinning everywhere, right? Perfect for knocking weapons out of other people's hands.
And knocking your dad out.
All right. Mattel, proving vac metal can be done. Take other companies. That's right, J-Mac. Vac metal's still viable. When someone talk about someone else so much, you feel like you know them too. That's how I feel about Connor. And it's nice to see what he looks like. I can finally put a face to the name. See? Daddy's always talking about how much we have fun playing with the He-Man toys. All right. What makes you love Motu more than others? As a kid, they had the best toys. So, well, Connor, let's talk about it. Because we haven't really gone into exactly what is your favorite toys franchise. What is your favorite? Do you have one?
I don't think I do.
No, you just love all toys in general?
Yeah.
Okay.
I love all my toys.
Well, what are some of the toys that you collect? What do you have?
So, I collect He-Man toys, Fortnite toys, Spider-Man toys, and Power Rangers.
What else? There's another one you have. There's another one that you like. You called Daddy on a video chat like 2 months ago. Showing
Lanky Box.
that wasn't the one I was thinking of, but yes, you do. What are those heroes on a half shell?
Ninja Turtles.
Can't forget the turtles, guys. Can't forget the turtles. That was definitely one of Connor's most favorite when he was real little. Connor and I used to spend our days watching. What did we watch? We watched Spider-Man animated series, right? From when Daddy was a kid.
And Ninja Turtles.
But we didn't watch that original one that Daddy watched as a kid because that they didn't have on the streaming service we had. What did they have? Which version? Do you remember?
It was like the cartoon. Well, no, not the cartoon. The one like on Hulu.
Right, the animated one.
Yeah.
The 2012 series Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, right?
Yeah.
And we watched all of those, like, repeatedly.
I already watched them about like 1 million times.
Yeah, you've probably seen it quite a few.
Yeah.
All right.
And I have like, and the Ninja Turtles that I already have, like right now, is like in the 1987s.
That's right. So, Connor, you've just recently decided to switch more from, well, we still play with toys, right? We love playing with our toys.
Yeah.
But Connor recently had decided he was going to be what? When you called me up and you told me.
A toy collector.
Okay. And are those the collections that you want to have?
Yes.
Okay. So, what about this up here? What's that?
I'm also gonna collect Scooby toys.
That's right. This is Connor's mystery machine. He has all the guys from Scooby-Doo. And Connor, what is in all of these bins right here? You don't have to pull them out. We're not here to pull everything out today. What is in those bins?
I forget the name.
Well, we have the Kenner Aliens toys.
Yeah.
And the Predators.
Yeah.
And the Space Marines with those, right?
Yeah.
Those are in all those bins. You have all of them, don't you?
Yeah.
Except for some super rare import ones that didn't make it here until later. You have all of them.
Yeah. I even have like the Queen one.
That's right. That Queen playset that is so hard to get and really amazing. That is probably one of the most awesome pieces out of that entire line. And it's very rare. And it's in your collection. So Connor's already like an elitist toy collector. So we're going to go through here and look at this. J-Mac says, warms my heart to see a young boy playing with He-Man. You know, I said the same thing when I first started getting these toys, the Origins line, and Connor came over and he was playing with them. I looked at it and it was like looking at myself when I was that young, you know? It was great. And Dawn Roberts has joined the chat to say hi, Oz, and hi, Connor. Say hi, Dawn.
Hi.
How's it going? And right here, Toy News Quarterly has said everyone loves TMNT. And what does that stand for? Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. All right. We're still teaching them all of the acronyms for all the toys. So what's MOTU? Masters of the Universe, right? Yeah. I hope Joe Amato is watching and learning that it's going to continue. So SJ has said, that's right. Me too, keeping the legacy alive. So Connor, in your experience as a kid today, all right, do your friends, what do they do? Do they play with a lot of toys? Yeah? All your friends still play with toys, or do they do mostly video games?
Mostly video games.
Yeah, so most kids these days, you would say, are playing video games in your experience?
Yeah.
Okay. Do many of them have toy collections of any kind, or do they have special toys that they enjoy playing with?
Well, I never actually asked them that question, but when I go back to school, I might ask a few.
Okay, that would be cool. And then once you find out and you collect all that data, right? That's what that's called, collecting data, by the way. Yeah. You're going to have a poll. You're going to ask people what are their favorite toys. And then you can come back and we'll talk about it again on the next live stream we do together. How does that sound?
Yes.
All right.
That sounds great.
Connor, did you want to go see what was at the door real quick? Thank you. Connor's got to step off screen for a little bit here. He is getting this information. All right.
You're not sure what came.
Okay.
This is super hot, and this is just hot.
Okay. Alrighty. Thank you. We have a special lunch delivery, folks. We have actually got some nice Taco Bell in the house. Why don't you hand me that? Do you know how to set up that tray right there?
Mm-hmm.
You got to pull that bottom out. Sorry, guys. Having a little impromptu here. So, absolutely, guys. We're going to hear it from the mouths of kids today themselves what they prefer playing with, toys or video games. We're going to find out, and we're going to discuss it here in a later episode of Ozstradamus Toyz Live and Connor Mom. All right. So, we're going through here. We're going to check it out. Look, Radical Toys has said the 90s Spider-Man was great. I think so. I mean, that's what got you into it, right? Watching all those episodes?
Yeah.
Okay.
I watched like every single Spider-Man ever.
Yep, you have pretty much at this point. I think you've seen all of them between watching them with me, watching them with mommy, and then also watching them with your Uncle Scott too, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have really seen just about every Spider-Man there is.
Yeah.
He is a huge fan of Spider-Man. As a matter of fact, earlier today, he was telling me he is Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. I can climb anything.
He can. He is really good at climbing. When he was young, we had an entertainment stand that was like a counter. It was about 3 feet tall and very, very wide. It used to house a huge 65-inch rear projection TV. And this little boy managed to climb on top of that counter on his own while Curious George was on. This, of course, was under the watchful eye of his dad. And the man in the yellow hat was extremely concerned about Connor's well-being at that time. But this little toddler at the time, he was what, maybe a year and a half at that point, maybe? But Connor had managed to climb on top of that, all on his own. Daddy just watched, made sure. He used those super spider powers to climb and stick to the cabinet and get up there. So, off-topic question for Connor. Are you a fan of Super Mario? And if so, are you excited about the new Mario Brothers movie coming out soon?
I'm not like a super fan, but I'm like a kind of a fan.
Yeah.
I am excited to see that movie.
Right? You're more of a Sonic fan, aren't you? You really like the Sonic stuff. Yeah.
Actually, one time my sister tried to name me Sonic.
Yeah. Yeah, because you're always trying to run around as fast as you can, right? Okay. So SJ says he had a lot of those when he was Connor's age as well. Lots of Power Rangers and TMNT, but also a lot of Ghostbusters toys. They had a lot of really cool Ghostbuster toys when Daddy was a kid. They still have some now. They're still pretty cool. They're just a little harder to find.
Mm-hmm.
So, Radical Toys has said, Princess Peach. That's right. Gotta say the princess. Dawn has said she loves Scooby-Doo as well. Everybody really likes Scooby-Doo, I think. Pretty sweet collection there, Connor. And he's talking about all those things we were mentioning before. And Ray is saying that her boy likes Luigi, calls him Loogie. Do you kids still like hawk loogies at the playground? Is that like a cool thing? Have you not heard that term before?
No.
Okay, that's when you get a... Never mind. If he doesn't know what it is, we'll not teach him here tonight. I'll teach him later outside. Off to a good start, little man. Okay, so yeah, you got a lot of cool stuff there. And see here, Nolan says, yep, my boy's favorite is Keldor. Plays with him constantly. Do you remember who Daddy told you who Keldor was? Do you remember who that is on Daddy's shelf? Remember which one that is on Daddy's shelf? You don't have to go over there and get it. Just take a look.
Like,
what's
that one or that one?
No, they're those two. He's up on the next shelf above with the rest of the villains. Sounds kind of like what? Skeletor? Ah, there you go. He pointed him out finally. He remembered. Yeah, Keldor is a really cool figure. All right. So Ray Blackus says, it wasn't so long ago I finally figured out what Motu was. It's embarrassed to ask. You know, that's okay because there are some people that just really don't know. And hey, that's what we're here for. If you don't know, never be ashamed to ask because there is a nerd waiting to tell you all about it. All right. So Payne's Toy Simple says, my boys are not avid toy guys. My youngest is severe, profound autism, and toys have never been a thing for him. But dad plays with toys, so I guess I make up for him. There you go. That's right. You know, some people just don't get into toys, and that's okay, isn't it?
Yeah.
Some people just don't enjoy that, but that's all right. That's what helps make everybody unique.
Mm-hmm.
You trying to rise up above the word box there? We go down to a smaller one here. That's a little bit shorter. Can't forget all the Star Wars stuff that SJ had, and then his son has collected too. And that's definitely a topic I'm going to be getting into real soon. Is we're going to be diving into the return of Star Wars. Tacos. Ray wants to make tacos later with fried bannock. Do tell, what is fried bannock? I am not familiar with that. The Amazing Spider-Man cartoon is the best. Okay, Nolan, that's right.
I can't decide.
You can't
which
decide.
Spider-Man I like. I can't decide.
Hey, that's the great part about the Spider-Verse, right?
Yeah.
You know, Dad has his own verse. Have you heard a little thing called the Awesome Verse? You're a part of it now. You are part of the Awesome Verse. You were part of the Awesome Verse before it was a thing. However, right here, this is part of the Awesome Verse, and all of these people are in it. All right. No, Nolan. The Spectacular Spider-Man was the best cartoon. Ooh, it's getting heated in the chat now. All right. Radical Toy says, I would like to ask Connor if kids his age have show and tell at Christmas time. We used to have that growing up. So you guys have all just recently returned to school at the beginning of the month of January, right? And you guys had off for Christmas and now you're back in school, right?
Yeah.
So when you guys come back to school, do you get to bring in a toy that you got for Christmas and show it off and show everybody?
No.
Have you ever had that in any of your classes, like back when you were in kindergarten?
No.
Okay. And what grade are you in now? Let everybody know.
I am in 2nd grade.
They are denying our children show and tell.
Well, actually, now if there was like a big rain or a big snowstorm, you would actually like get online and you would go with your class. And for me, in 1st grade and 2nd grade, whenever we would go on, our teachers would tell us something to find, like something shiny.
Okay. So you would have to look around at home and see if you can find something shiny then. Was that ever a toy? Did you ever have to go and find a toy?
I do not remember.
Okay.
But I would grab a plushie for like one.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So let's get back into the chat here. So now you would grab a plushie. And do you like plushies?
I do. Actually, matter than a fact.
You want to go grab your plushie? You want to grab Daddy's too?
I'm just going to grab all of them.
Well, there's not all of them over there, are they? Where are all of them? Oh, how did Knuckles get back there? Okay.
This down there.
All right. Well, if you want to show off.
So, this one I got from Dave & Buster's. And I got him a necklace.
Mm-hmm.
And I bought this one online. It's actually a...
Whoa, you're holding too many there, bud. It's okay to put some things down. There you go.
So, this one's a custom. Well...
Is it custom? Is it limited?
It's
Do
a
we know?
limited... It's a limited one and also like a custom.
So tell everybody what that is.
So this is a his name is called Foxy. He wears a box over his head, and who made Foxy was these two. So these two guys that were on YouTube, and they have like tons of plushies and tons of toys and stuff. Yeah.
Maybe we'll have to give them a shout out sometime. What are they called?
Linky Box. Their real names are called Adam and Justin.
Adam and Justy or Justin?
Justin, actually.
Okay.
No, Justy.
Justy. All right. Adam and Justy on Linky Box. Gotta have to check those guys out on YouTube and find out. And so, right here, Brick says, not with COVID. And you know what? That makes a lot of good sense that you wouldn't have show and tell with COVID because you never know what you might be bringing into that scenario. All right. And who is this here?
This is Pumpkin. My dad sleeps with him every night.
That's right. You know, because I'm a big old bear, and bears have little woodland forest friends. And I have a raccoon with
A
boots
bear.
and a bear. That's right. And who is this one right down here?
So we have a stuffed dog that's named Blue.
That's right. And whose was that? Was that Aunt?
Was it Aunt Missy's?
That's right. That was Aunt Missy's plushie. All right. So that's our little plushie collection that we have. And it's very cool. I'll just sit back down over.
I have a ton of other plushies at home.
Yep, absolutely. You have a whole bed full of them, don't you?
No.
Just about. It's a lot. But that's okay, because that's cool. Daddy used to have a really huge bear when I was a kid. Like, massive. Like, as big as me. But also, I wasn't as big as I am now, though.
Yeah. Well,
all right.
I'm trying to collect, like, all the Linky Box plushies.
He's trying to collect them all, guys. We know what that's like. Everybody in this chat knows what it's like to collect them all.
Out of 17, probably.
Yeah.
Or 20.
Ooh. Wow.
They have a lot.
All right. So we have RyRyKen93 has joined the chat as well. And he was saying, hey, Oz. Hello, guys. It's 3 a.m. where he is. So it's like super early in the morning.
That's the devil's time.
No, that's not the devil's time. It's known as the witching hour. And he says he's here watching Black Adam with his family. Well, I hope you're enjoying the movie. Are we fans of The Rock?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Also, like a couple like months ago, I actually watched that with my family.
And what did you think?
It was really good.
Awesome. All right. Ray Black's even saying Black Adam was a good movie. And S.J. Kerr said he wasn't going anywhere. He was making the Sonic reference with the gotta go fast. And Emerald Knight Photo says Motu, G.I. Joe, Real Ghostbusters, and Thundercats were his jam. That's right. That's exactly what, those are cartoons that Daddy grew up on. And those were all a bunch of toys that Daddy loved. They used to have really, really great Thundercats toys. And he's killing bad guys, and he can smell what he is cooking. That's right. Everybody loves The Rock. All right. And Duchess is saying that her son loved TMNT and G.I. Joes. Now, G.I. Joes isn't something that you and I have actually gone over a lot of with toys, is it? I think we're going to have to correct that, because I don't think you and I have talked about G.I. Joe nearly enough. And I think that's something we're going to have to get into, guys.
I forget what G.I. Joe is.
Exactly. All right. And look, Brick Something is saying yum, fried bannock. And then he's asking Ray if she's indigenous. Okay. Here we go. Bannock is First Nations bread, I guess. And it's like non-bread in a way, but thicker. So good. You can fry it and put it in the oven. It's delicious. Well, there we go. We're going to have to try some bannock. aren't we?
No.
What? It's bread. It's delicious. Why don't you go ahead and start looking at your tacos? Do you like any taco sauce on them?
Wait, which one's mine?
Just go ahead and pick one and try. Open it up and see if it's got what you like on there. Uncle Tom said he wasn't sure what came with them. Please try to open them carefully. All right. Easy to find where you're at. Ah, I see. Oh,
Can I eat my taco?
what is this? Connor, somebody has popped in special. Can you read who that is?
Carol?
No. Who's this? You read that name?
That's Mom.
Mom is watching you live. How cool is that? Hi, Jen. How's it going? Glad you could join. And yeah, originally Scottish, but adopted by First Nations on the res. Good stuff. This is awesome because, see, we're even learning about new stuff like Bannock. That is great. I'm loving this, guys. All right. And Ray, I love non bread. Have to check that out. I agree. Oh, I meant not Hawking Loogies or Luigi's because of COVID, but yeah, maybe show and tell too. Okay. Again, still makes sense. And we actually have, figuratively speaking, in the house, as again, he was the one who sent that awesome box of goodies that contained Flying Fist He-Man and Terror Claws Skeletor. We're going to have to do a recorded video later where we're making them do the Wednesday Addams dance. We're going to try. We'll see how it works. So, John, thank you so much for sending that box of goodies. It has made for some awesome content here today while we have been enjoying them, and Connor's been showing off some dance moves here today. All right. So just going through the chat here because we got more people doing some in talking. And now you have another special viewer who is watching you live as well. Can you read who that says?
Hi, Carol.
There you go. See, you could read her name. That's good. And she said, oh my God, my nephew. She's loving it this special time. First Nation missed that comment. Okay, cool. All right. Payne's Toy Samples has said, my collection is G.I. Joe, Action Force, Masterverse, DC Multiverse, selected items, and Marvel Legends X-Men. Well, that's quite the healthy collection, Payne. And of course, Daddy has seen some pictures of his collections on IG as well. I don't know if I've shared all of his pictures with you, but I know I've showed you some. And John saying hello to everybody. Oh man, I miss tacos. He's on a diet. I'm sorry, SJ. I mean, it's good that you're on a diet. It's good to eat healthy. Definitely good. But it's a crime to miss tacos. I gotta say, it's just a crime. Definitely. All right. And that about just catches us all up in the chat here. So, Connor, again, about being a toy collector in today's world, or playing with toys at your age in today's world. So you've already told us your friends seem to play more with video games than toys. Do you ever get nervous about telling your friends about the toys that you have and what you like because they're more into video games? Or do you like telling them, hey, I love toys. These are a lot of fun to play with.
Yeah, if they ever asked, I would tell them that.
Yeah. So you have a older sister, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you have a younger brother.
Yeah.
And do you guys ever play with your toys together?
Yes.
Okay. What do you play with your younger brother?
Well,
You guys play with cars? Yeah, because he likes the cars and stuff, right? If he were a collector, would you say he is like a Hot Wheels collector or a Matchbox collector?
I would say a Hot Wheels.
Okay. Yeah, he's a Hot Wheels collector. And what else do you guys play with together? What else do you have a lot of?
I don't know.
Nerf guns?
No.
You're always talking about like the Nerf guns and stuff you guys have. So you guys have a very extensive collection of Nerf guns up at your mom's, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And since you have this extensive collection of Nerf guns, you guys like play outside a lot and shoot each other with the Nerf guns?
We usually do it in our basement.
Yeah, in the basement at mommy's. Okay, because you guys have a big basement down there to play in, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's really cool. Daddy wish he had that kind of space when he was growing up to play with his toys. But I had a friend who had a playroom that we used to go in. And the playroom is great because you can use your imagination and it becomes whatever you want it to be, right?
Yeah. So actually, we're trying to make the basement into a playroom.
Oh, it's just going to be one massive playroom for you guys down there now?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's good, right? Because as you keep getting more toys, you need more space to put them, right? So if you guys had that whole basement just for your toys, then that's a good amount of space, right?
Yeah. Actually, to keep all of our toys in, we actually have like 4 bins full of toys.
4 bins full of toys. What are some other toys that you have collected over the years that you used to enjoy? Because you've had, even as a very, very young boy, some toy collections, haven't you? Even if you didn't realize that you were getting collections, but that's because your dad's a collector. And
I forget
you forget?
what.
Well, let's talk about them then. So when we used to all live together at the apartment, what did you have a lot of back then? Do you remember?
Just a long time ago.
It was a long time ago. I know that can be tough to remember sometimes. So, probably I would say your very first toy collection was Imaginext
Yeah.
Power Rangers,
Yeah.
wasn't it? Because they were doing the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
Yeah.
And you used to watch a couple of YouTube videos and you really, really enjoyed the ones with the Imaginext Power Rangers. I think it was, who was it that had those? Well, I mean, aside from Ryan's toys, because he had a couple of them, right? Who else was it? Kev's Toy Reviews. Wasn't that his name? Kev's. He used to do like the little. He used to act out a little scene with the toys, and then he would talk about them and stuff. That was like really the first toy YouTube stuff that we used to watch, wasn't it?
Actually, I just remembered like a couple years ago, when I was still like in the house I live in now,
Mm-hmm.
I would watch these like they made like a little series of Power Rangers, and their kids was and the YouTuber names was Ninja Kids.
The Ninja Kids. I remember watching those with you. Yeah. Okay.
And they just made like a whole series of Power Rangers.
That was really cool, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you had the Imaginext Power Rangers. You used to have a bunch of those. You had those so much. You had 2 collections of them right after a while because you had one at mommy's and then one at daddy's, right? And daddy made sure to get you some different ones than the ones you had at mom. But you had the command center. You had Rita's moon base, right? You had all that for those.
I had like everything.
Yeah. Yep. You still got quite a lot of it. It's downstairs. Daddy's got it packed away. What other ones did you have? Because again, this is still way back. I seem to remember you having and loving Transformers.
Oh yes.
Yeah. Which ones did you have? Those were the
Originals. The original.
no, they weren't the originals because the originals were out when Daddy was a little boy. You didn't have those. The rescue bots. That was it. Connor was a very big fan of rescue bots, and he used to really, really enjoy playing with those. And they were so easy to transform because they were like those one touch, and then they just kind of pop out and do that. So that was really cool.
Actually, I have a couple of
We're not getting everything out to show off.
Transformers in there.
Yeah, you have some in there because you've still got some of those because they're really fun and great to play with. So Radical Toys has decided to say, guess my favorite Motu character, Connor, and he'll give you a hint. Keeper of Castle Grayskull.
The keeper?
Yeah, who do you think the keeper of Castle Grayskull is? Who do you think?
I forget her name. It's like the girl up there.
With the wings?
Yeah.
That's the sorceress, right? All right. SJ is saying that Duchess needs an Evelyn figure because they just came out with that really sweet new Evelyn figure. And I agree. Everybody needs that figure. See, she agrees. She definitely says she does. All right. SJ says, does Connor like Legos?
Yes. We have like a whole set of Minecraft Lego sets with like contractions over there.
Yeah, that's right. Just over here, you guys can't see it because it's not on camera. We have been building over the last year a Minecraft world with the Lego Minecraft. So, we do enjoy those. We play with them. Just earlier, one of the mechanisms kind of fell apart on one. It got stuck. Connor tried to fix it, and then Daddy tried to fix it, and can't remember exactly how it goes back together. So we're going to look that up a little bit later, and we're going to go ahead and rebuild that set. Right? Mm-hmm. Okay. So then look who's joined. Who does that say? Skelevator. That's right. Say hi, Skelly.
Hi.
He says he is so glad he didn't miss this. Excellent. It's good to have you here, brother. Thank you for showing up. If it wasn't for him, right, Daddy wouldn't be doing YouTube, would he? He gave me this big opportunity, and Daddy just kind of ran with it. So thank you, Skelly. And Imaginext are pretty cool. My boy collected their Batman stuff. Well, that is one of Connor's later collections, is actually like Lego Batman, or rather more Lego Justice League overall, because you got Superman, Aquaman, you had the Aquaman playset.
I had a lot of Imaginext toys. Actually, for Christmas, I got like this huge dinosaur.
Huge. He showed me pictures. This thing is massive. And it's not one of the Jurassic World that Mattel puts out. This is, of course, again, their Fisher Price, the Imaginext, huge dinosaurs, and it's still massive.
Yeah, and then I got 2 more like dinosaur things.
Yeah, absolutely. Because what else do you enjoy? You enjoy dinosaurs, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just like your dad. Your dad loves dinosaurs. So, Brick is also saying he loves Imaginext. Never got them for my kiddos. They weren't interested. I would just visit them in Target and play. I agree. And it's funny with the Imaginext toys, not only was it really cool how they did all the Power Rangers and stuff, but they have all these other adventure sets, and they kind of work together in this world building thing, which we did because we had a whole Mummy play set that wasn't part of the Power Rangers, but we used to incorporate it in the Power Rangers when we played, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like King Sphinx's base with Goldar. Yeah, it was pretty cool. And then Scorpina was with them and joined them. That was really neat. And then they had all those mummies that came with that one. The Power Rangers saved the archaeologists from the mummies and King Sphinx. It was great. And they even had versions of Snake Men who were actually, some of them, one of them was colored very similarly to Ratlore. One of them was colored very similarly to King Hiss. And these were definitely intentional nods. On Rita's moon base, it was actually a wizard's lab originally, and then they converted it to Rita's moon base. But on the original, and well, even the repaint toy, there is a certain dungeon grate that most of us in this chat would recognize from another playset that we all love so much. And as a matter of fact, well, Radical Toy says, you got it. The Sorceress. You totally picked the one he was talking about. Anybody remember VR Troopers? Loved those toys more than Power Rangers. The VR Troopers were definitely pretty cool, and that's actually something I will talk about in a future upcoming episode. It's not planned around VR Troopers, but VR Troopers will definitely get a mention in that. So that is really, really cool that you bring up VR Troopers, SJ. So, Connor, recently for Christmas, you got a huge package delivered here. Do you remember that?
Yes.
And you opened it up on Christmas morning.
Yeah.
Yeah. Over here with Daddy. And what was in that box?
The Castle Grayskull.
He got a delivery. And this was not from Santa Claus. This was not from Ozzy Claus. This was from who? You remember his name?
No.
Our very own and one of our most beloved members of the chat, Gamerbud, sent up. What was it? We had Castle Grayskull. There was a
He-Man.
Battle Armor He-Man, right?
Sorceress.
The sorceress that came with the castle.
And
What else? It was the Sunman 3-pack.
yeah.
And what was the other one? Merman.
Yeah, but not any kind of merman. Gamerbud actually painted it himself.
That's right. Connor has a one-of-a-kind piece in his collection of Masters of the Universe toys. No one else has. And it is a My Buddy's Customs piece. And Connor has that as part of his collection. And that is something that is amazing. So Brick Something was saying, the only non-Duplo and non-stuffy toys I managed to interest my kiddos in when they were about Connor's age were the DC superhero girls and Lion Guard figures. Lion Guard figures were really, really cool. It was definitely awesome. And Nolan was saying, that's pretty awesome, guys. See, he's using Daddy's catchphrase. It's not just Daddy. Everybody else uses it too. And Brick Something saying his youngest loves Lego Minecraft and Minecraft in general. Absolutely, right? Oh, Skelly's happy. We're a little behind in the chat here because this is when we said hi to him earlier. He said, oh, shucks. All right. And Brick Something says, I got dirty looks in a store for making a bunch of those Imaginext transforming robot Batmobiles keep transforming and making. That's right. That compulsion to hit all the buttons down like the Valentine's Day aisle and make everything sing Wild Thing at the same time and do the weird booty shaking stuff. SJ says, yeah, me too. I was just playing Minecraft and I got my kids some of those Minecraft Lego sets. They work so well with the experience of building. The two were meant to be. I agree. I absolutely agree. I love those. And Brick Something mentioning that some of those dirty looks came from his oldest child. Connor, does Daddy ever go out and do something that embarrasses you when we go out? Does Daddy do some pretty goofy things that embarrass you? Or even I don't know, putting you on the spot on live on YouTube, making you sink out of screen in your chair, possibly? You know, the fun of being a parent. Yes, I missed it. Are you saying you had the Imaginext homages to Motu? Yes, we did have a couple of those just because they were incorporated into so many different things. We didn't get those really large Imaginext figures that they did put out. I would have loved to have seen that. I would have actually loved to see Imaginext have done a Motu, full Motu line in that mini scaling. I think that would have been really neat, especially with a Castle Grayskull. Mega J Retro has joined with us saying, Power Rangers talk. Man, I wish Hasbro would license it back to Bandai. Yeah, I got to agree with you. At least then they would be affordable again. So let's say hey to Mega J.
Hello.
Hey, head up. Look at the camera, bro.
Hello.
You get scoliosis, something like that. And figuratively speaking, jumping in, reminding people, go hit that like button for these special episodes of Ozstradamus Toyz Live with Kahneman. So there will be certain days. It is. Yeah, and with. Sorry. Guys, Ozstradamus Toyz Live. It's Ozstradamus Toyz and Kahneman Live. I've got to get used to rolling it off the tongue yet. This is a new program, but I'm going to incorporate it in there. Maybe we'll get our own intro that is exclusive to our show, like what we're doing now. I think that would be really cool. All right. And SJ saying, whoa. And everybody jumping in, talking about, hey to Mega J. We all love having you here. Thank you for being here. That is great. And SJ Curtis saying Hasbro stocks have been tanking. Yeah, they probably have right now. And Mega J saying, wow, what a Gamer Bud special delivery. Christmas for Connor rocks. Got to agree with him. It was a really good Motu filled Christmas here, wasn't it? And again, that's just what you got here. That wasn't even everything that you got at Mommy's. You had a great Christmas this year, didn't you? You got a lot of really cool stuff. He even got a hoverboard. That guy got a hoverboard. Not the Back to the Future hoverboard, guys. I know. It's not really a hoverboard, but that's what they call them. And it is super cool, though, right? Honestly, he kind of reminds me a little bit more of the Green Goblin when he was showing it to me. And he was just like hovering around. I was just picturing him with an evil laugh. And keeping it going here. Oh, a lot of people were talking about Mega J just got those really, really awesome Mondo, He-Man, and She-Ra's, like those really big figures Daddy was showing you that are super cool. And unfortunately, some of those were not so great. They came with some QC issues, so it was a shame because those are really amazing, and it is definitely a shame they had those issues. But Mondo's really great. They're reaching out to people. They're making sure that they get the product everybody needs in hand to make their toys as awesome as they always have been. And that's great. Connor, are you going to be rolling around with a bunch of pumpkin bombs in your pocket? I don't know if we should. Ooh, that might be dangerous to say on here. Talking about just, water balloons with pumpkins on them and splashing people and hitting them with that.
Maybe.
And Carol is so happy to be seeing more time seeing her nephew on Ozstradamus Toyz Live. Yeah, we're definitely going to be making this kind of a reoccurring thing. As Connor comes to visit, we are going to be going live and we'll talk about whatever new toys we have or whatever we're interested in. We'll talk about toy news today in the world with kids. Good stuff streaming with Connor. Mega J, absolutely. As a matter of fact, we might have to do a special Ozstradamus Toyz with Connor live stream with a panel of amazing hosts where I'm just saying it right now. Connor is going to give us the scoop on kids and toys these days. This is going to be a reoccurring thing that we're going to do on the show because there's a lot of debate as to, who's really playing with all these toys out here. Is it kidults or is it kids? And
it's more likely kids.
Yeah, Connor's giving us a little bit of inside info today, though. So, that is really awesome. Some insight into that world. All right, guys. Well, I think we're probably just about going to wrap it up. Was there anything else that we needed to talk about today that we were going to discuss? I know you and I had briefly talked about what we wanted to while we were outside earlier. Anything else that you can think? There is something else we were going to bring up. We completely forgot to mention. So shortly before going live today, everybody, Connor and I just played Masters of the Universe Uno. And this is more than just simply putting Masters of the Universe art on Uno cards.
They added an extra card.
There is a whole nother card added to the game. And, well, we've also discovered that instead of yellow, we have purple now, which I am a huge fan of because I love purple, right?
Yeah.
So the colors are now purple, green, red, and blue, right? And tell everybody about the really awesome card that they added to this version of Uno.
So the card, it has a gray skull on a card with two swords. And if you pull that card, you have to say, by the power of Crystal Grayskull. And then it will, and you could change the color and make people get 3 more cards.
That's right, folks. The Power of Grayskull card.
By the power of Grayskull.
That's right. You hold the card aloft and you say those words. Both of your opponents have to draw 3 cards, and then you get to name the color, and then you get to play that color. You get to start it off playing that color. So, what an amazing new rule, and it definitely won Daddy the first game, or the first round that we played, didn't it? Dad won that first round just because he got lucky and he had the power of Grayskull. But then the next round, Connor played like 3 of them in a row against his dad. So Daddy had to draw a lot of cards next time around.
I was just like, all my cards were just like that.
All right. So first off, everybody's still here saying, have a good day, Connor and Oz. Enjoy the time. Blink and these years are gone. That's right. Absolutely. Well, that's one of the reasons we're doing this show, because we'll be able to look back on these and watch them and remember how much fun it was in the time. Radical Toys has said, great show, guys. Brick Something has said, that's awesome. And as well as Duchess has chimed in and said, that is so cool. And Nolan has also said, that is so cool. Because it is. That is a great new play feature with it. This made my day. Oz and Connor, thanks for doing this. Absolutely. And we're looking forward to doing a lot more. And Mega J has also said, okay, Connor, you just made my day better. By the power of Grayskull, right? Because you hold the card aloft. We're not holding swords anymore, guys. We're holding cards, and we still have the power.
You spelled my name wrong.
That's okay. That's okay. People have heard me say your name. They haven't always seen me spell your name. Okay? You're going to experience that the rest of your life, just so you know. And Figuratively Speaking has said, that's awesome. And Duchess has said she absolutely loves your Wednesday Addams dance. I don't know what just fell off of my bookcase, but I will have to find out.
It's the scissors.
It was scissors? Okay, that's fine. Oh, yeah, that's great. I've got scissors falling and flying off the shelves. That's amazing.
I'll dance, dance, dance with my hands, hands.
You can get it one more time. He loves doing the dance. All right. And Carol has said that is a cool looking card. John has told you, good job, Connor. And that was great. I love seeing Connor. Thank you guys so much for being here today and joining us. Everybody's talking about how you are a pro. That's right. Just like his dad, right? SJ saying, have a good one. Thanks for the live. And good job, little man. Good job, little dude. Excellent. And, oh, look, is that better now? You see what Jay has said?
Yes.
Thank you, Jay. He appreciates it. And we'll get it right from now on, Connor. Yes, as he has told all of us now. And Ray Black saying, haha, awesome. And Toy News Quarterly is saying, all right, later, guys. And Brick Something waving goodbye as well. Also, I didn't get my notification, but I'm glad I didn't miss this. Absolutely, Carol. Thank you for being here. And Nolan, was a great show, Oz and Connor. And guys, definitely tonight, if I still have energy, I might do a little live a little later this evening. I'm not sure. I've got that work function to go to. And, well, tomorrow, you guys will be able to see me going live. Brick Something News. Tomorrow, we will be going over the art of He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. Tomorrow, that new book that has come out all about the art of that. We're not going to be going into too much detail, of course, because you guys should go out and check out the book yourselves. But we're definitely going to be going over some points, what this could mean about the future of He-Man and the Masters of the Universe, as well as we'll be gearing up for right after that, Skelevator's Weekly Weirdo, where I will not be going live with him. But I will definitely be in the chat there talking it up with everybody. And we'll see what other kind of craziness we can get into. Of course, Mega J will have his stream tomorrow night that we'll be watching. We're going to have Toy Geeks tomorrow night. There's so much awesome content out there right now, guys. Certainly no lack for watching. And Brick something is reminding me that I should wear pants while live streaming. Is Daddy wearing pants while live streaming?
Yes.
I'm wearing pants, guys. All right. Woohoo! Absolutely fantastic show. Can't wait to see y'all do another one real soon. Definitely we'll be doing another one as soon as we can. And take care, Connor and Oz. Awesome stream. All right, guys. And this week we're going to close out. I don't have my own exit credits yet, but Connor's going to give us a little dance here. And I do believe, where is it? I believe this is the updated credits from Toy Frenzy, because we want to give a shout out to all the patron members, the Skelevatorites, Ozholes, the Blushers, till Bobby gets better name for his fans, as well as just everybody out there in the awesome verse. It's great to be here, have you guys a part of this stream. So we're going to give you some love in the credits again. This may be the old one. I don't know if I added the new one to my own.